Good morning, class. So, last lecture we have started the new topic, that is potentiometry analysis, or you can say potentiometry titration. So, just we go briefly through what we have seen in the last lecture. So, in the potentiometry, as the name indicates, potential, the potential difference is measured, or the voltage is measured across the electrodes. And when the change in this potential difference takes place, this change in the potential difference is depending upon what the reaction takes place when we are adding an unknown sample or the unknown solution. So for that we have seen, okay, so in the potentiometry, how it is differ from the conductometry is that in the potentiometry there are two electrodes are present. One is the reference electrode, another one is the indicative electrode. So in the reference electrode, the potential difference is constant. It does not changes due to the addition of sample or any other thing. In case of indicative electrodes, the potential difference across this electrode, it changes or it is flexible as the addition of the analyte or the sample takes place. So depending upon the dissociation, depending upon the gaining or losing of electron, the potential difference due to this indicative electrode, it changes. Okay, so if you are adding the sample analyte, the potential difference changes. So it is not a constant. So potential difference of reference electrode is constant, but the potential difference of indicator electrode, it is different. It depends upon the addition of sample or addition of analyte. As discussed, the potentiometry consists of one reference electrode, one indicative electrode, one salt bridge, and analyte to be added or to be analyzed. So like this, the composition or the components of the potentiometry takes place. Now check how the this cell takes place. So it consists of two cells, two half electrodes. Okay. So suppose this is a reference, this is indicator electrode. So suppose this is hydrogen reference electrode. So here we are adding the H2 gas. Here this metal plate is made up of platinum, and here there is the presence of HCl. This that is the composition of the reference electrode. If we are using the reference electrode, that is the hydrogen reference electrode. So this composition takes place. Now in case of indicative electrode, so it consists of AgCl. So silver chloride, we are taking the indicator electrode, so it consists of AgCl solution. In that there is a presence of here like platinum plate is present, like here there is a silver plate is present. So it is called as AgCl indicative electrodes. Then in same indicative electrodes there is a presence of analyte or sample is present. Okay, and these two electrodes, they are joined together by a salt bridge. Generally it is made up of KCl. So in this way the complete instrumentation of potentiometry takes place. Okay, so this is the reference electrode. In reference electrode there is a presence of, suppose, hydrogen platinum reference electrode or hydrogen reference electrode is present. So it consists of a platinum metal, it is closed, hydrogen is entered, so this is the closed model. and here this solution is HCl. If this is indicator electrode, it is made up of silver chloride. Suppose indicator electrode is present, so it consists of AgCl solution. Here the electrode is present, which is the silver metal. In that you are adding the sample, and this black shows it is the salt bridge, which is made up of KCl. So it is salt bridge. Okay. Now from that, one battery is present, to battery one voltmeter is attached, and then the circuit of that battery is completed. So this is the complete instrumentation which is there in the potentiometry. Okay, are you getting my point? So this is reference electrode, this is indicator electrode, this is salt bridge, and this is the circuit which consists of battery along with the voltage to measure what are the potential difference changes across the electrodes. So what happened, as I have told, the reference electrode, the potential difference across these, or potential difference given by this reference electrode is constant. So it is said that it having the 100% of battery or 100% of potential difference. So throughout the any reaction, throughout any titration, the potential difference for the reference electrode, it remains 100%. It does not changes with the addition of any sample or analyte. Okay. So the changes where takes place, changes in these indicative electrode takes place. So when sample is added or analyte is added, it undergo dissociation, and after that the gaining and releasing of the electron takes place across this indicator or these indicative electrodes, and due to the gaining or losing of electrons, what happens, the potential difference across this indicative electrode, it changes, and when the potential difference changes, what happens, we are getting the potential difference which is present due to the chemical reaction. So such cell is also called as electrochemical cell. So this electrochemical cell, we are not provided any kind of current, but due to the dissociation or due to the chemical reaction of the analyte or the sample, it releases or it gains the electrons, and due to the gaining or releasing of electrons, the potential difference is changing, and we are measuring that potential difference, and using that potential difference we are calculating the concentration of the given analyte or the concentration of unknown sample. ओके. रेफरन्स इलेक्ट्रोडचं 100% असतं म्हणजे काय असतं, जेवढे इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन करतात तेवढेच इलेक्ट्रॉन लूज करतात. सपोज 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन दिले, तेवढेच 2 इलेक्ट्रॉनच ते ऍक्सेप्ट करणार. सो त्यांचा रेट हा सेम असतो, आणि रेट जर सेम असेल तर पोटेन्शियल डिफरन्स मध्ये चेंज होत नाही. सो रेफरन्स इलेक्ट्रोडचा पोटेन्शियल डिफरन्स मध्ये चेंज नाही, कारण का जेवढे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स लूज होतात तेवढेच इलेक्ट्रॉन्स गेन होतात. 2 असतील दिले 2 घेणार, 3 दिलेले असतील 3 घेणार. सो इट इज कॉन्स्टंट, 3 तर 3, 4 तर 4. सो दॅट इज नो चेंजेस इन द रेफरन्स electrode takes place, but it is not takes place in case of this type of indicator electrodes. So indicator electrodes मध्ये काय होतं, it may releases 2 electrons but it may gain 4 electrons. So due to that changes in the electron gaining and releasing process, the potential difference is generated, and this potential difference is measured using this voltmeter which is present and it is attached to the battery. So that changes, it is indicative of the concentration of analyte which is present in the given cell. So we have seen what happens in the potentiometry, the basic principle in potentiometry. Next part, it generally obeys the Nernst equation. What is the Nernst equation? It is the E is equal to E0 plus 0.0592 divided by N into the log of C, where E is the change potential difference or the reduction potential. E0 is the standard electrode potential, which is standard, which is starting point, or at the initial it is present. The small n is the number of ions or the electrons which are charged, and C is the concentration of the given analyte or the given sample. So generally this equation is derived from the equation, that is the Nernst equation. As you know, E is equal to E0 minus RT divided by NF into log of C. So this 0.0592 value is the value of RT divided by F, where R is the universal gas constant, T is the temperature in Kelvin, F is the Faraday constant. So that value is nothing but the minus 0.0592. So minus minus it becomes plus. So in this equation it becomes 0.0592. This nitrogen which is present in the down to it is as it is, and small n, then log C remains as it is. So in this way this equation is actually derived from the equation, that is E is equal to E0 minus RT upon NF into log of C. What are the components? Reference electrode, salt bridge, analyte, and indicator electrode, that we have already seen. What are the properties of reference electrodes? हाफ सेल, त्याचा पोटेन्शियल डिफरन्स माहित असतो, पोटेन्शियल कॉन्स्टंट असतो, and it can returns to original potential. In case of indicator electrode, this indicator electrode changes the potential difference across this indicator changes when the analyte is added, the reaction takes place, and depending upon that it changes. So it is selective for the analyte concentration or sensitive to the analyte concentration. It is rapid as well as it is in reproducible response. So response आहे तो reproduce होण्यासारखा असतो. Then we have seen what is salt bridge. Salt bridge आपण बघितलेला आहे की दोन जे इलेक्ट्रोड्स आहेत त्यामधले एनालाइट एकमेकात मिक्स होऊ नयेत, ते मिक्सिंग प्रिव्हेंट करायचं काम कोण करतं? सॉल्ट ब्रिज करतं. जनरली इट इज मेड ऑफ KCl and it generates the potential difference. This potential difference is called as EJ, and this potential difference is generally the negligible. So EJ is the negligible potential difference. So this is the complete structure what we have seen. Then what are the examples of reference electrodes? So it consists of standard hydrogen electrode, calomel electrode, and silver chloride electrode. मगाशी जे आपण दाखवलं होतं that is the standard hydrogen electrode, ज्यामध्ये हायड्रोजन ऍड केला जातो. इथे खाली प्लॅटिनमची प्लेट असते आणि ह्यामध्ये HCl असते. So that is the standard hydrogen electrode. For our syllabus, the standard hydrogen electrode is not there for our syllabus. Only silver chloride reference electrode is there. Okay. So we will move to the part that is the diagram for the reference, or you can say the standard electrode. For our syllabus point of view, there is silver chloride reference electrode is there for our syllabus. So generally this reference electrode or the silver chloride electrode, they having diagram like this. One tube is present around that, this type of structure. Okay, so So this is the diagram for the reference electrode, that is the silver chloride electrode. So here the central red color line is nothing but the silver wire. It is Ag wire, and this silver wire is coated with silver chloride. So what is this red color? It is the silver chloride coated silver wire or Ag wire. Then this wire is present in the solution, this yellow color solution. This solution is NaCl solution, and this NaCl solution is 3 molar NaCl solution. Okay, so जी वायर आहे ती वायर ती 3 मोलार NaCl सोल्युशन मध्ये डीप केलेली असते. Then this red color here and here, it is the Teflon tube. Okay, so it is also called as PTFE, that is the polyethylene Teflon ethylene. So PTFE tube, that is, it is also called as the Teflon tube, which is the heat resistant tube. It is present at this position. Then here a small window is present. It is the porous grid, and this porous grid is made up of glass. So this red color is the Teflon tube. It is also called as polytetrafluoroethylene tube, PTFE, polytetrafluoroethylene tube. And this yellow color window is nothing but the porous frit, or it is made up of the glass. Then this black color, this part, it is प्लास्टिक कोटेड वायर, आणि ही जी रेड कलरची ट्यूब रेड कलरची वायर गेलेली असते ती त्यामधून गेलेली असते, आणि हे जे साईडचं असते ते प्लास्टिकनं कोटेड केले असते. सो इट इज द प्लास्टिक कोटेड वायर. सो इट इज प्लास्टिक कोटेड सिल्वर वायर. सो आतमध्ये सिल्वर वायर असते आणि त्याच्यावरती प्लास्टिक कोटेड असतं. आणि फायनली हा जो पॉइंट आहे, इट इज द गोल्ड प्लेटेड कॉन्टॅक्ट. सो हा गोल्ड प्लेटेड कॉन्टॅक्ट आहे दुसऱ्या हाफ इलेक्ट्रोडला जॉईन केलेला असतो, जेणेकरून पोटेन्शियल डिफरन्स आहे ते मेजर करता येतो. सो इन दिस वे द कन्स्ट्रक्शन of the reference electrode, that is silver chloride, takes place. So inside this red color is the silver wire, which is deep into the 3 molar NaCl solution. This silver wire is attached to the gold plated contact. This is gold plated contact. आणि हे जे भोवती असतं, that is the plastic coated wire असते. खाली एक ग्रिड असतो, that is the porous grid made up of glass. आणि हे जे दोन रेड कलर ने दाखवलेले आहेत, these two red color is these tubes, they are made up of the Teflon, that is the polytetrafluoroethylene. So त्यानं ती बनलेलं असतं. So in this way the instrumentation of this is the construction of these Ag chloride, or you can say silver chloride reference electrode takes place. This reference electrode it can be used for the redox type of reaction, so it can undergo oxidation reaction as well as the reduction reaction. So suppose when oxidation reaction takes place, what happens? So in the oxidation reaction, the releasing of electron takes place, or leaving of electron takes place. So in case of oxidation reaction, the Ag metal, this Ag metal release one electron, and when it releases one electron, it is converted into Ag plus. Okay, so that is the reaction takes place in case of the oxidation. If we undergo oxidation reaction, then as it is redox type reaction, it also undergo the reduction reaction. So when reduction reaction takes place, it gains the electrons. So opposite reaction takes place. So when it gains the electrons, then Ag plus gains the electron, and it is converted into Ag. So this is the reduction reaction takes place. So this silver chloride undergoes redox type of reaction, that is the oxidation reaction as well as the reduction reaction. So when this Ag it undergo oxidation reaction, it releases the electron and it is converted into Ag plus. And when it undergo the reduction reaction, this Ag plus it accepts the electron, and Ag plus plus one electron it forms the silver atom. So in this way, the working and the construction of this reference electrode, that is the silver chloride reference electrode, takes place. Okay, so you can find out here. This is the structure of this. So this is the pore is present. This pore or it is grid made up of glass. Okay, so like this the construction takes place. So this silver chloride electrode, it is wisely used because it is simple, inexpensive, stable, as well as the non-toxic. It consists of AG wire, as we told. This red color wire, it is the AG wire. So this AG wire is coated generally with the AgCl and deep into the KCl. So such type of construction of silver chloride electrode takes place. Advantage आहे easy to use. Disadvantage आहे it is difficult to prepare. So in this way, construction, working, advantage, disadvantage of this takes place. The liquid junction potential. Liquid junction interface between two solutions containing different electrolytes or different concentration of same electrolyte. So junction potential occurs at every liquid junction. So it is generally due to the unequal mobility. So if the mobilities of positive charge and negative charge it plays similar, so दोन इलेक्ट्रॉन दिले दोन इलेक्ट्रॉन घेतले तर त्याचं पोटेन्शियल डिफरन्स हे सेम असतं. पण दोन इलेक्ट्रॉन दिले आणि 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन घेतले तर त्याच्यामध्ये पोटेन्शियल डिफरन्स क्रिएट होतो. सो तो पोटेन्शियल डिफरन्स क्रिएट होतो. सो हा पोटेन्शियल डिफरन्स प्रत्येक लिक्विड जंक्शन मध्ये हा पोटेन्शियल प्रेझेंट असतो. जे दोन सोल्युशन जे डिफरंट इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स आहेत किंवा डिफरंट कॉन्सन्ट्रेशनचे आहेत आणि एकच सोल्युशन आहे किंवा एकच इलेक्ट्रोलाइट आहे, ऍट दॅट टाइम प्रत्येक जंक्शनला पोटेन्शियल काही प्रमाणात हा ऑफर होतो. तो पोटेन्शियल डिफरन्स हा निग्लिजिबल असतो. बट दॅट पोटेन्शियल डिफरन्स इज कॉल्ड ॲज लिक्विड जंक्शन पोटेन्शियल. सो दोन इलेक्ट्रोलाइट डिफरंट असलेले किंवा एकच इलेक्ट्रोलाइट विथ डिफरंट कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन, such type they undergo this type of liquid junction potential. Now next part, that is the indicator electrodes. So indicator electrodes is the electrode which are actually responsible to indicate or give the potential difference present due to the electrolyte or due to the analyte or due to the unknown sample. So they are classified into different types. It may be the metallic, it may be the membrane or ion selective electrode, it may be the gas sensing electrodes. Okay, so for our syllabus point of view, we have glass electrodes. So glass electrodes as indicator electrodes are there for our syllabus. So this glass pH electrode, this is the construction of this glass pH electrode. So it consists of saturated calamide electrodes and other part it consists of glass electrodes. So these two are attached to the pH meter or the potentiometer. So they are present here. There is a presence of thin glass membrane takes place. It consists of AG wire. So the wire it is the AG wire आणि AG wire मध्ये हे जे खाली दाखवलेलं आहे हे हेवी वॉल, जाड किंवा जाडीला जास्त असलेली वॉलची ग्लास प्रेझेंट असते. ओके, इट इज वॅक्स इन्सुलेशन, ग्लास इलेक्ट्रोड वॅक्स इन्सुलेशन, दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चर. आणि यामध्ये जे ब्राऊन न दाखवलेलं आहे दॅट इज द 0.1 molar HCl solution with the AgCl. So like this the construction of this electrode takes place. आणि जे अननोन सॅम्पल आहे ते अननोन सॅम्पल हे यामध्ये ऍड केलं जातं. ओके, आपण काय म्हटलेलं आहे की जे इलेक्ट्रोड्स आहेत, जे इंडिकेटर इलेक्ट्रोड, त्याच्यामध्ये हे जे सॅम्पल आहे ते त्याच्यामध्ये ऍड केलेलं असतं. सिमिलरली हे अननोन सॅम्पल आहे जे त्याच्यामध्ये ऍड केलेलं आहे आणि हा ग्लास इलेक्ट्रोड आहे and this is calomel electrode. So due to the difference in these two electrodes, we can come to know what are the changes takes place in the voltage due to the reaction takes place due to the chemical which are added or due to the analyte or due to the unknown sample. So this is the pH measurement system. pH measurement करायचं असेल तर याच्यामध्ये तुम्हाला तीन दिसत आहेत. एक असतो तो टेम्परेचर सेन्सॉर असतो. सो टेम्परेचर मेजरमेंट साठी. मधला आहे तो ग्लास इलेक्ट्रोड, दॅट इज द पीएच ग्लास इलेक्ट्रोड, आणि हा साईडचा आहे दॅट इज द रेफरन्स इलेक्ट्रोड. आणि हे तिन्ही जे आहेत या मीटरला बाइंड केलेले असतात आणि हे मीटर आपल्याला पीएच मध्ये किती चेंज झालेला आहे ते इंडिकेट करतं. जसं जसं तुम्ही रिएक्शन कराल, NaOH जर सुरुवातीला असेल तर बेसिक पीएच असणार आहे, बरोबर आहे, मोर दॅन 7. जसं जसं तुम्ही HCl ऍड करत जावाल पीएच हा कमी कमी होत जातो. जे पूर्णपणे रिएक्शन होते, न्यूट्रलायझेशन होते, पीएच हा 7 च्या दरम्यान असतो. सो लाईक दिस द पीएच चेंजेस अँड विच इज ऑब्झर्व ऑन द पीएच मीटर. ओके, so this is the actual pH glass electrode. हे जे तुम्हाला दाखवलेला आहे हाच ग्लास इलेक्ट्रोड इथं आहे. जस्ट गो थ्रू इट. त्याच्यामध्ये टेम्परेचर सेन्सर आहे, याच्यामध्ये रेफरन्स इलेक्ट्रोड आहे, रेफरन्स एलिमेंट आहे, त्याच्यामध्ये ग्लास इलेक्ट्रोड आहे जो ग्लासचा बनलेला आहे. खाली एक ग्लासचा मेम्ब्रेन असतो, दॅट इज द थिन ग्लास मेम्ब्रेन, आणि त्याच्यामध्ये 0.1 मोलार HCl सॅच्युरेटेड विथ AgCl हे सोल्युशन त्याच्यामध्ये ऍड केलेलं असतं. Okay, now just we go through the working of these electrodes. So as we told, it is a glass electrode. So what happens generally in the glass electrode? Bulk is bulk or the glass bulb is present at the bottom. Okay. So this is the glass bulb. Okay, through glass bulb, one indicator electrode is passed, it is attached to voltmeter. This indicator electrode or which is present in this glass bulb is made up of silver chloride. So this indicator is AgCl. Okay, so it is indicative electrode. Then another reference electrode is also present in same structure of glass electrode. This reference electrode is also the AgCl electrode, and it is also goes to the voltmeter for the measuring voltage. So this glass electrode consists of two electrodes, that is this central glass electrode, that is the indicator electrode which is made up of Ag plus. This at the side also the reference electrode is present. This reference electrode is also the AgCl electrode. Okay, this solution, it consists of solution. This solution is made up of KCl. Okay, सॉल्ट ब्रिज मध्ये पण KCl होतं, इथं सुद्धा KCl चं सोल्युशन प्रेझेंट असतं. सो ह्याच्या खाली एक छोटीशी गॅप असते, ती गॅप और एक मेम्ब्रेन असतं. दिस ग्लास मेम्ब्रेन किंवा हे जे ग्लास मेम्ब्रेन आहे, this glass membrane is permeable only for H plus ions. So glass coated with the glass membrane, it is only selective for the H plus ions, or you can say ion selective glass membrane is present. आणि त्याच्यानंतर एवढ्या पार्ट मध्ये 0.1 मोलारचं HCl असतं. Okay, so this is the construction of the glass electrode. लक्षात आलं? सो KCl त्याचा pH 7 असतो. त्यानंतर सेंट्रलची जी आहे दॅट इज द इंडिकेटिव्ह इलेक्ट्रोड मेड अप ऑफ सिल्वर क्लोराइड. His side chain, it is also the silver chloride, but it is the reference electrode. This it is filled with the solution called as KCl. त्यानंतर खालचा ग्लास बल्ब हा मेम्ब्रेन असतो, तो ग्लास मेम्ब्रेन इज अ परमेबल फॉर द सिलेक्टिव्ह आयन्स लाईक H प्लस आयन्स. आणि हा जो पार्ट आहे, धिस पार्ट मध्ये 0.1 मोलार किंवा 0.1 मोलारचे HCl सोल्युशन त्याच्यामध्ये प्रेझेंट असतं. बरोबर आहे. आता हा इलेक्ट्रोड असतो, हा इलेक्ट्रोड आपण कशामध्ये ठेवत असतो? ओके, सो दिस इलेक्ट्रोड इज केप्ट इन द सॅम्पल. ह्या इलेक्ट्रोड मध्ये, ह्या बीकर मध्ये किंवा ह्या कंटेनर मध्ये सॅम्पल आहे. सो दिस इलेक्ट्रोड इज पुटेड इन टू द sample, and suppose this sample, if it is consist of H plus ions, so this H plus ions enters into these glass electrode, and when it enters into the glass electrode, the potential difference across the reference electrode and the indicator electrode, it changes, and as it is attached to the voltmeter, we can observe these changes in the potentiometer, or these changes in the potential difference, it can be measured, and it is depending upon the concentration of H plus ions which enters into the glass electrode. Okay, so this is about the construction and working of the glass electrode. So if H plus ions in sample and the H plus ions in this glass bulb is same, then the pH is 7. If pH or the H plus ions in this solution is less as compared to the pH of this glass bulb, then the solution is having pH more than 7. लक्षात आलं. सो दोन्हीचं जर H प्लस आयनचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन सेम असेल, बल्ब मधल्या पण आणि सॅम्पल मधले, इट इज pH इज इक्वल टू 7. लक्षात आलं. जर H प्लस आयन्स आतमध्ये जाणार, बरोबर आहे. जर सॅम्पल मधलं H प्लस आयन्स कमी असेल आणि बल्ब मधलं H प्लस आयन्स जास्त असेल, तर pH इज मोर दॅन 7. आणि जर उलटा असेल, सॅम्पल मधलं जास्त असेल, बल्ब मधलं कमी असेल, तर pH इज लेस दॅन 7. Okay, so this is the working construction and working of the second electrode, that is the glass electrodes. So we have seen what is glass electrode, how it works, or how the working of glass pH electrode takes place is construction. Now next part is what is the property of glass pH electrode. The first property is it should not be affected by the presence of any agents like oxidizing agents or reducing agents. Second one, it should be operated over wide pH range. It should not be like a narrow pH range like 6 to 7 like this. So it should be operate over wide pH range. We should get a fast response, function well in physiological system. It must be very selective and long lifespan. So such property must be present in the glass pH electrode so that they can perform properly. What is the actual theory behind the glass membrane potential? So first, the electrode to become operative, or for the operation of electrode, it must be kept for some times in the water. That means it must be soaked in the water. So when we are keeping the glass membrane or the electrode in the water, during this process the outer surface of the membrane becomes hydrated. So we are keeping in the water the electrode. So when we are keeping the water in the electrode, this outer surface of a membrane, it becomes hydrated due to the presence or soaking of the water molecule. And when such takes place, the sodium ions are exchanged for the protons in the solution, and the proton becomes free to move and exchange with the other ions. Okay, so here you can observe this is glass membrane. So outer glass membrane, there is a presence of, this is internal solution, external solution, there is presence of the water molecules. So when the water molecules are present like this one, they are exchanged with the sodium ions for the protons in the solution, and during that the protons become free and they can move and exchange with other ions. So charge is slowly carried by the migration of sodium across the glass membrane, and potential is determined due to the or due determined by the external solution or due to the presence of H plus ions which are present in the external solution. Now we are moving to the next part, that is the potentiometric titration. Okay, so in potentiometric titration we have to measure the potential using the suitable indicator. So we have to use a indicator electrode to determine the potential. As a reference electrode, is the potential is constant, so we have to change the we have to use the suitable indicator electrode as a function of titrant volume. It may be automated, more time consuming, and it provides more reliable data. So generally in the potential titration, as we have seen in potential titration, what we have seen there are presence of two electrodes and the salt bridge is present. Okay, so this is the reference electrode, this is the indicator electrode. So in such conditions, what happens, the total AMF of a cell is nothing but the or total potential of the cell is nothing but the EMF of cell is equal to total EMF of cell is equal to EMF of indicator. We have to reduce or we have to make it minus the constant value which is present in the reference electrode or constant value due to the reference electrode. So we have to minus it, the EMF of a reference electrode, plus we are getting the third EMF which is very negligible or minor, that is the EMF of a bridge or the salt bridge. Okay, so the equation becomes like this: EC is equal to EI, that is the EMF of indicator electrode, minus EMF of reference plus the EMF of the salt bridge. Okay, so potentiometric titration is generally a volumetric method in which the potential between the two electrodes is measured. That potential means the potential between the indicator electrode, potential between the reference electrode. That difference is measured, and this measured function, this AMF is a function of the reagent added or the volume of reagent added. So जसं आपण reagent किंवा burette मधनं titrant add करत जातो किंवा reagent add करत जातो, तसं तसं reaction होत जाते, आणि तसं तसं we are getting the EMF for the or EMF through the indicator electrode. Okay, for example, any which is there, right, and we are adding the HCl through burette. So when we are any which is there 10 ml, 1 ml we are adding the HCl. So some part of HCl it will react with the NaOH, it forms the NaCl plus H2O. Potential difference changes. Again second ml or the second drop of HCl is added, then third ml of HCl is added. Likewise we are adding the HCl to the NaOH, and during that the reaction takes place or the neutralization reaction takes place. It is for the example, that is the acid base titration, and the reaction between them takes place, and when the reaction between takes place we are getting the sudden changes in the difference or in the potential difference with respect to the difference in the volume. So when such we are taking the readings, we are adding the 1 ml of HCl to the NaOH 10 ml, then we are getting the pH value or we are getting the EMF. Again second ml we are adding, then again we are getting the value. So like this we are getting the different values, and if we plot a graph of EMF against volume of titrant added, so we are getting the graph like this one. This graph is called as the sigmoid graph. So if we are getting volume of titan added against the EMF, we are getting this graph. And if we are taking the center of this part and we are plotting it towards the x-axis, or we are getting the perpendicular from x-axis, we are getting the center part. That center part is nothing but the end point of the titration. That is the volume which is concerned with the center part of the sigmoid curve. It's said to be the end point of the titration. That is the one method. In the second method, if we are plotting a graph of delta E divided by delta V, delta E divided by delta V on x-axis and volume of titan added on y-axis. So we are getting this type of graph, and there is a sudden change and a decrease in the delta E by delta V takes place. And at that time, the peak or the peak point is nothing but the end point of the titration. So in this way, we are getting these two types of curves depending upon what is present on x-axis, what is present on the y-axis. Okay, so in this way we can go for the potentiometric titration. So detail regarding the different titrations generally for your syllabus, only the acid-base titrations are there. They are asking to study the acid-base titration. This acid-base titration we will see in the next lecture.